All right, guys. NC Fit, Jason Khalipa. He is back. We are going to talk about it and the business of CrossFit.
You know, here's my big takeaways from that. They had Jordan speak about sales to affiliate owners, which is like, I never heard of that before, meaning the fact that CrossFit is not talking about sales or even discussing business is like such a major step in the right direction. I cannot express how happy I am to see that. We need to start having these conversations on how to enhance the product on the floor and then also the business acronym so we can start paying our coaches premiums so we can start having professional coaches on the floor to rise the entire tides. And I think that's ultimately where CrossFit's at right now, which is really exciting.
I agree with you, especially at the beginner level. So I think there's a tipping point where when you're in it long enough, you accept these are all like 10th Planet is different than Gracie, which is different than this. But that also can help you make your decision. So the key is educating people that all of these affiliates are different and it's okay to figure out which one suits your needs. But you're also saying we all need to just level up in general.
We have to. You walk in and you have a poor experience at a CrossFit gym, you're going to go tell 3 friends that CrossFit sucks, just like jiu-jitsu. But if you go in, you have a phenomenal experience, someone who cares, someone who starts on time, doesn't just play the music or whatever, the place is clean, etc. You're going to go tell 3 friends about how awesome CrossFit is. And if we could do that on a magnifying scale across thousands and thousands of affiliates, that's how you go from 3 million people doing CrossFit to 30 million people. And I'm convinced of that.
You're making the decision to reaffiliate just for you personally, for no other reason. Just like, I just want, this is where I would like to go with all of this.
It's a highly personal decision for me. I have been a part of the CrossFit community for years. I've taught seminars. I've won the CrossFit Games. I've been as deep as you can into it. I want to personally support because no matter where I go, no matter what I do, I'm always going to be connected to CrossFit. It's a part of my legacy. And I want to do everything I can to make CrossFit as successful as possible. I do believe that affiliating with CrossFit is at the best interest of my team here at NC Fit, our community, and the greater community that we service. I do believe that. I have a responsibility to my family, to the families of all the coaches that we support, to align our business where we believe is in the best interest of those people.
But what made you wait the 6 months? And what was it right now that made you, was it talking to Fern at Wadapalooza? Is that what did it?
It was Fern. So I was on the fence.
You're welcome, everybody.
And then I met Fern and I was like, this is the guy, this is it. We did take our time. I didn't want to rush this decision. This was a very big decision. On the surface, are we rebranding? No. Are we changing much that's happening in our gym? No, but we are able to call we're doing CrossFit. We're aligned on a shared vision. Saying that was a big deal for me. I wanted to take my time, make sure we were completely aligned. Over those 6 months, I felt better and better and better each month until we were ready to make the decision.
Is there something specific that you gravitated to with regard to like Don's visions as he's laying that out? You're like, that actually speaks to me very much.
I think that we're mutually aligned on where the affiliate needs to go. And that was the biggest thing for me. The inconsistencies at the affiliate level, the lack of even trying to support has always been a struggle for me. And that's different now.
What do you see as like a top-notch affiliate?
This idea that you're impacting members' lives is important, but how many lives becomes a really big key component. When I think about it, I think about impacting my family's life by doing something I love, impacting our staff's life, and then therefore impacting our members' life. And the goal is to increase each piece of that. A good affiliate is someone who runs a sound business, who could take home 6-figure income, who could pay their coaches extremely well, and then therefore have the means to go do really cool stuff with their community.
If we were to simplify this as much as possible and people are like, well, I'm not here to make money. I'm like, then stop exchanging money for services. Just do it for free. The second that I like filed for a business license and like go to the IRS and I'm like, here's my business entity and I got a brick and mortar. And I'm like, you have an obligation to run a sound business. Somewhere along the line, we're just like, no, it's just okay to like, I don't want to run a good business is really kind of like what we're all saying, like not out loud. Like, oh, no, I don't want to run a good business. I just want to run a business that like, that helps people in air quotes. I'm being kind of sarcastic. We need to have that conversation, which is like, it's not good enough to just try hard. Listen, it's not enough to just care. Like it's not enough.
It's enough to care, but you have to care as a business owner, not as a coach. You chose to take on, as an entrepreneur, a business. You did not choose to take on a coaching role. That is a piece of your entrepreneurship journey, but it's not the only piece. We have to be real about that. If you want to be a great coach, dude, go rock and roll, man. But if you want to be an affiliate owner, it's not just about the coaching. It's about all the other skill sets. And if you don't have them, you have to be able to recognize that to create a sustainable business for yourself. I met 3 owners at Wadapalooza alone who took over their affiliate because they didn't want it to go away, but not because they wanted to run it like a business. The problem I have with that is that each one of these people had somewhere between 50 and 100 members. They also had other full-time jobs. When you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, there's more to it than just a community. Long term, if you don't treat it like a business, that community is going to go away.
There may need to be some kind of sloughing off, if you will, with regard to some of the affiliates for the overall benefit of the larger community. And it's very tough for me to say because I'm super passionate about affiliates.
We as a community have a duty to share best practices and inspire. I believe that people have a misconception of CrossFit. I want to contribute to breaking down that misconception and not supporting it. And that is one of the major reasons why we want to affiliate with CrossFit, because we have a shared vision that we believe NC Fit and CrossFit have a shared vision on impacting members' lives. A piece of that for me can be having more opportunities to share, like on this podcast, with owners, for them just to kind of take a deep breath and say to themselves, like, hey, am I treating this like a business or am I treating this like a hobby?
Because I think about this a lot. Why are the overwhelming amount of business owners in the CrossFit space averse to the conversation about money? How do we reframe that or kill that idea that it's excellence in the absence of all other things? Because that's just not realistic.
CrossFit came out, we're about coaching, we're about excellence, we're about community. There was like a polarized side each way. I think conversations like this will continue to further the discussion that just because you're talking about sales and a P&L doesn't make you anti-changing lives as your key mission.
CrossFit, we collectively have done a bad job of like taking some of these people who fit the mold, right? They're not just about making money. They're like, hey, listen, I'm super passionate about this thing and I happen to do the business thing really, really well. You can, do $1 million out of a CrossFit gym and the owner can take, 6 figures out of there. We need to put those people up front and be like, yo, it's doable. What will happen by doing that is, just like in CrossFit, naturally people will chase them.
I think we need to have an abundance mindset. We need to stop trying to stifle or hold people back or have this scarcity mindset. That is the mindset of the past and not the future. I just don't get it. We need everybody to be thriving because it's only going to be good for all of us. And if we could share this information, the word virtuosity, doing the common uncommonly well. Why does it stop with business? I want to be uncommonly good at my front desk procedures, coaching development platforms, sales and marketing approach. I want to be uncommonly good at those things.
The vast majority of CrossFits rolling around can and should have 400 members.
Yeah, I think they should strive for 100 members per every 1,000 square feet of operating space. That's our target here at NC Fit. We have 2 types of memberships here at NC Fit: class pack, so punch cards, and then we have a month-to-month unlimited membership, and that's all we have.
I think there's also a misconception about how I feel personally about some of those. I think they can be used effectively in certain instances, but I'm not against those things if they are designed, sold, and managed appropriately, and ultimately they drive the business forward. Then I'm like, yeah, do it. I don't care. But I'm not against those things if they are designed, sold, and managed appropriately, and ultimately they drive the business forward. Then I'm like, yeah, do it. I don't care.
We do not. I am not steadfast on, we have tried everything. This is where we're currently at. Just like our affiliation with CrossFit. We were affiliated for a long time. We thought it was in the best interest of where we wanted to go to not be. And now we believe that it's in our best interest of everybody to be back in. When it comes to the on-ramp, we've tried it. We've came to the conclusion of introductory complimentary PT session. We drive PT sales potentially, touch point with someone one-on-one, but it's an optional one-on-one PT session that people can take or not take. It's up to them. That's where we're currently at instead of the on-ramp. And I think it's served us well.
Like you said, you have a senior staff. I can handle 18 people. If those 2, it's their first time.
That's right. I wouldn't necessarily be saying that if we had a, entry-level team, but I believe that our team has all been on the floor for years and they're really talented. We added an initiation fee. It didn't sit 100% with me, but it had a reason. We increased everybody's rates at our gym to $226. There is no exception. What we were seeing was that people can enroll for a month, cancel for a month. So we put this initiation fee as kind of like a way to kind of stop that. So now when people sign up, we ask them to do a 3-month commitment. We have a money back guarantee. So if in the first month you come in 12 times or more and you're not satisfied, we refund all your money.
How often are you meeting or working with your staff?
The easy answer is every day. We have Monday morning meetings. What are our goals and intentions for the week? We have leadership meetings once a week, which is with a few of us to discuss high level things that the business is going on. Reoccurring weekly meetings that happen every single week. I have a once a week meeting to review the final programming before it goes out. So every week I have those reoccurring. Plus I have a new reoccurring meeting that I'm just adding, which is with like a business coach of mine. Those are examples of some of the things that we're currently doing, but there's endless meetings that happen outside of me.
Coming from a guy who fundamentally despises meetings, I go to a lot of meetings.
Yeah.
That's how we keep everybody marching to the beat of the same drum. And it's my responsibility as a leader to be like, yo, we have to review these metrics and we have to talk about whatever is broken in the machine, whatever. Like, we got to talk about it. We have to talk about all of it. And it's going to be painful for some people, but I'm like, that's the only way we improve any of this.
What are daily obstacles you still have as an affiliate owner?
I think just the leadership side is tough. You know, being a leader is not easy. Sometimes in an affiliate owner, you feel like you're on an island. You feel alone. What's really important is recognizing that you don't need to be perfect as a leader. You need to be humble and you need to think about your team and what's in the best interest of your business, your team, and how you reach your potential. And those are things that I struggle with on a regular basis. What Austin's saying here is a big problem. The standard set by CrossFit is like $20 a class. And we have to get that standard up. We have to. You know, Orange Theory, F45, let's just say they're paying their trainers $50, $60 a class on the low end. You cannot pay that unless you're running a sustainable business from the get-go. You can't expect your business to thrive if you're putting people in places to allow it to thrive that don't even treat this like a business. They treat it like it's just a Saturday fun hobby for them. I need to pay people what I believe their service is worth. In the long run, I do believe it'll work out best for them.
If we start having that conversation, I think people would be more open to like, okay, cool. I'm not doing it well. How could I do it better? Because that conversation is not happening enough.
Our team, now our business is a little bit different, but you know, the way we build it up is that a full-time coach is anything that's 30 hours a week or more. You get 401k, you get health benefits, you get all that kind of stuff. We break that down to 20 hours of coaching, more or less, plus some administrative side. That could be writing session plans and briefs for the collective or working the front desk. That's the way we do it. Those are things that I think a CrossFit gym could get to over time as far as like compensation structure, if you're working with the owner to try and figure out a sustainable model long-term. Cool. It's just a little bit of a different model than OTF and others, where maybe they're more like a coach comes in, gets paid 50, 60, 70 bucks a class, boom, they're out. This one's a little bit more full-time gig.
I forget who I was talking to about this. Somebody at HQ, and they're like, well, how do we grow the greater CrossFit community? And I'm like, number one, first and foremost, affiliates have to grow. Affiliates first. How do we get more people to climb the ladder for level 2, level 3, level 4, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, well, they have to have somewhere to go. You cannot get people to climb this ladder if there is no outcome for this. It's a non-starter. It all comes back to the affiliates. Anything that's going to lead affiliates down the right path of like virtuosity, better coaching staff to have a better experience on the floor, more training inside of the affiliate. That is how you answer that problem.
We have something called job leveling criteria here at NC Fit. Is a list of things that we incorporate so that over time you could generate more money. It's not just certifications, it's a variety of different things. We set that expectation up front. There has never been a more exciting time in CrossFit than right now.
It's never been a better time to own an affiliate. And I think it's gotten even better.
That we saw a lot of amazing growth a decade plus ago, whatever it was. Now, I believe with leadership, with the way that the corporation is structured, and with the desire to raise the bar for the future and the really long-term strategy has been laid out. We've never had that before. To raise the bar in our affiliates is only going to be good for the entire ecosystem to reach those goals together.
You coming back to seminar staff?
Here's what I'll say about that. I love teaching seminars. I love CrossFit. I would be honored to be a part of the seminar staff. I don't know if that would align with my goals in terms of balancing what I have to do as a husband and father and also building our business. And that's one of the reasons why I walked away in the first place. I found myself on the weekends unengaged because I had so much going on in our own business. And that's not fair to the participants or the product I'm trying to deliver.
Well,
dude,
this has been fantastic.
I'm excited to see you back. I think it's cool to see somebody like you be able to kind of like change their mind, having the humility or whatever, or just the introspection, be like, nope, I changed my thoughts on this. I want to commend you on that because I think it's really cool to see. And I think a lot of people should take notes on that.
Changing course is okay in business. And it's actually really important. If you're going down a path in business and it's not sitting right, or maybe it's not even being successful for you, you might need to change that course, and it's okay to change course. And I think that that's important as a gym owner to be able to do that.
From me to you, like, I appreciate it. It's cool to see you back in the space. And I think everybody else should be excited because there's a lot of cool stuff coming down the pipe.
Well, you can check out Jason, obviously, on social media, but you also didn't touch on your book is still out there, AMRAP Mentality. You got the NC Collective, and potentially you'll see him at a seminar if it's in California at NC. Well, thanks for coming on, Jason. We appreciate it.